Hello, friends.
Hello.
And
hey, lovely. Hey, friends.
Hey, friends.
Hey, sweetheart. Big hugs.
Well, now what do we do? And I apologize if I'm echoing. Oh, wait, Deidre, you have earbuds. My earbuds, for some reason, are connecting to something. And I don't know what.
You can't. Happens all the time.
Not
I'm
my
like,
phone.
which
Definitely not my computer.
No, I don't. You're not.
I
don't think you're echo. I don't hear echo. I don't hear any
No,
echo.
if you take your earbuds out, then it'll probably start echoing.
Yeah. So we're good.
So when I said wait a minute, I was trying to see if I could. I thought it was my phone, but they're not connected. I don't know. So yeah, I didn't. I'm glad that you're here, Deidre, because I think right now a lot of people who listen to Tony, who join us, are freaked the fuck out.
Oh yeah. I'm still here. Hey, I'm still hearing some music in the background.
Oh, that stupid thing.
Sorry, I was like,
no.
And I hear music all the time, and I'm like, oh, I am losing my mind.
No, I did that once. I did that once when my internet went out.
Yeah, I'm glad we're here too, because just I know that everybody's probably feeling the same way we are. Angry, confused, sad, just.
And that's okay.
And it is okay. And
how you feel is how you feel.
It's
and you should feel it, because if many years of therapy has told me, acknowledge the feelings, don't try to stuff it down, because it'll come out eventually, and that's not healthy. Take it for somebody who's a feeling stuffer.
After the first of the year, because I had to cut my therapy sessions because we're, everybody, because my insurance didn't pay for it, and I was using BetterHelp. But after the first year, after Doreen's wedding, I'm signing back up, because I know I'm gonna need it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need it, and I this time around, I just remember what a mess and how angry I was at, in the first Trump presidency, and I don't want to be angry and stuff like that. And I just don't want to have to spend my time watching that crap, I watching him even and speak or anything that he tops out, I'm just like, I still have PTSD from him being president the last time, which I know I'm not the only one.
Yep.
We know, most of us know what's at stake here, but people really just didn't give a shit, and they were, too worried about the price of eggs to worry about, women, everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's coming down the line, and I'm like, I tried to warn people. And I'm still telling people, just get ready. Y'all think I'm crazy, but
And you know what? This is a lesson America needs to learn the hard way. It's unfortunate. Um, and my daughter had, talks politics with her friends. Now, keep in mind, she's almost 13, so obviously most of her friends are almost 13.
that's
Stuff.
good. Not very many
But
kids at that age discuss politics.
but one of her friends said it. You think it's good, but a lot of times they're just parroting their parents. I remember
Yes.
I parroted my parents. Like,
Yeah, my parents were kind of like, you need to vote like we do. Wink, wink.
Yeah, yay.
Yay, Leah. I'm so glad you're here to share in our whatever.
Whatever it is. But one of her friends said what you said, just the cost of eggs made me think, because one of her friends said that she would vote for Trump because her parents have 4 kids, including her, so they need the price of groceries to go down. And I'm just like, yeah. So I explained to my daughter about tariffs and why.
Yeah. And the U.S. people, pay for the tariffs.
Yes. Tariffs or sales tax.
Yeah.
Now, people say, no, it's not. No, it's technically not, but essentially it works the same way. Goods come into a port, importer puts a price on it that gets passed down to the middleman. That tariff then gets passed down to us when we go to the store and buy something.
Yeah.
So,
and not only that, but if they're not going to let migrant people work in the fields and do, because they're the ones that pick all the fruit and all this stuff, what do you think your groceries are going to do? How high do you think your groceries are going to go when you don't have anybody out there picking
and then
food
so
for it?
then let's say, all right, well, Trump's going to make things made in America again to make America great. That's fan-fucking-tastic. We don't have the infrastructure right. Do you know how long it's going to take if we wanted to say go completely isolationist and make first of all, we couldn't, because we don't have all the things that we need to make, like cell phones,
Right.
critical minerals that we get. Even if we cut out China from the process and went straight to Africa, the African countries that mine it, it's just, you cannot be a society like the way we are.
Mm-mm.
And I know people, when they say make America great again, they're talking about like what they imagine making America great, which means they have all their modern comforts, they have all their cell phones and computers and whatever, but they're not thinking about what it takes to make this goddamn cell phone.
Yeah.
Apple is an American company who has most of that phone made in China, who also, what is that mineral that they need?
Lithium?
Cobalt. Lithium and cobalt. Cobalt especially is mined in quite a few African countries. China is the main purchaser of that cobalt, which I knew that's what they were doing. Like 20 years ago when they started getting involved in Africa, I'm like, you watch what China's doing. There's something there that they want. They're going to be the first to get it. Anyway, I digress. But my point is that we don't have the infrastructure to make everything here.
Mm-mm.
First off. Second off, we do not have the ingredients to make everything here, as I just pointed out. A lot of our agriculture is not only imported from other countries,
right,
but I heard, I wonder if Gottfried is on here, because I think he was the one who knew the number, or Amethyst, or maybe Cynthia, it might be you, that China owns a significant portion of the land which gets farmed for our food. So I don't think that necessarily includes the tariff, because tariffs are like when it's at the port being brought in. But who knows what this asshole's going to do.
Exactly. And also, Cynthia did mention that, there's been a disturbing amount of text or something going around, like HBCU colleges that are getting hate texts. And it looks like HBCU Fisk and Nashville's on high alert for those disturbing messages. So
Yeah, so I have a few things to say because I just saw some really thick shit. And keep in mind, folks, I'm in the anger stage of grief.
I am too.
So if you're in the still sad stage, hey, you cry, you be sad. That was me yesterday into
Yeah, that was
today.
me
Now I'm
yesterday.
fucking pissed. So here's Gottfried, it wasn't you. Okay, it must have been. I think it was Cynthia because she knows. If you're on Tony's server, Cynthia has worked so much with machining and parts, all that stuff. She knows so much about China.
Yeah, she
So
does.
if you're in Tony's server, just and want to know some like import export stuff about China, she is a great resource and so knowledgeable. And I hope she doesn't mind I just said that, but there it's already out there. So sorry, Cynthia. Should ask, but and I'm at the point now where I'm pissed, and it's time when y'all are ready. Take the time you need. You absolutely need to take the time you need to grieve this. This is devastating.
Yeah. I mean, I know I do, and I have my daughter's wedding is coming up, and I'm like, okay, I just kind of need to like, kind
have a
of,
few prepared lines when they start talking politics. Just be like, this is her day. Shut the fuck up. We'll talk about this tomorrow. This is her day. Shut up.
Yeah.
But
Do that.
what do we do now? I don't fucking know.
I don't
know
either.
what I'm gonna do, and it sounds legit to me. So this is what I'm gonna do.
I mean,
I'm gonna do everything I can to resist, to help people who need help, and for every ignorant, bigoted, disgusting thing I've seen on social media, and not even me being on the platform, people showing me.
Oh yeah,
things.
It's awful.
I've also seen some really incredible, awesome people mobilizing. And now if you need mifepristone, there's a whole organization now that will, if you are in like a blue state, they'll send it to you and then you send it to another person. Now, will that be illegal? Maybe, but they can't check all the mail. They can't, there's only so much surveillance they can do at once. Mind you, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you need to like just fall in line and everyone's situation's different. I do not fault you for just putting your head down and falling in line. I don't think that's the best course of action, but you do what you need to do. But you find ways to resist.
Yeah, I saw online that Plan B is available by mail and it's good for 4 years. So stock the fuck up.
Yep. I'm thinking about asking my doctor. I have no intentions of getting pregnant anytime soon, whatsoever. No, none. But I'm gonna see if my doctor, my gynecologist, will give me some, so I can help other people that I know. I don't know what the shelf life on them is, but find ways to resist the way you can, where you can, with the resources that you have. I also think ladies in particular. Cynthia, oh, you're here? I mentioned that you should, people, if they have questions about like import export in China, they should tag you in Tony's server because you're so knowledgeable about that. Hey Tony.
Hey Tony.
But what I would do personally is, ladies especially, take a self-defense class. If you can't afford it, start lifting weights. Start lifting gallons of milk at the store. Do what you can to get stronger, because sexual assault is going to be protected. Not literally, but we're going back. We're going back 100 years.
I told my husband I'm going to have to, even though I didn't want
buy
to,
some mace.
I have to go to the range and start.
You can make your own pepper spray.
Practicing.
You can make your own pepper spray, and it's vile. It's awful stuff. It smells so. It's. I don't know what it feels like on your face, but it annihilated my nose. Like when
Yeah.
one of my friends made it. so find ways to get stronger to be able to defend yourself. Buy a gun. You know, the 2A bros aren't the only ones who can buy a gun.
No, they're
Find
not.
carry a knife. Do what you need to do. Educate your
We as
daughters.
women also
Oh, go
we
ahead.
as women need to build communities of care where we look out for each other. And that means
Yeah.
that those of us in library land will start offering women's self-defense classes if we can. And we will discreetly direct people to information. But right now, it's going to be about stockpiling everything that you need in the short term, but particularly the
Yes.
plan B, if you can get a hold of it and things like that.
Yeah. Get your paperwork in order. Because it might get so bad you might need to flee. Get a passport now. It takes
Yeah,
a while.
I just renewed my passport, so I'm good.
I got all my paperwork together. I should have done this
My
months ago,
kids
but
don't.
really,
but
really didn't think. I really didn't. I think Tony said it on his show the other day. How he misjudged America. I totally misjudged America.
yeah.
We sold our souls for cheaper eggs.
Mm-hmm. I was really trying to think, yeah, this is going to be, great. And no.
Getting a German Shepherd's a great idea, Kim. I have 2 big dogs who bark and lunge at people. Usually they give them kisses, but they look scary. So, find ways, put your money into things that don't lose value, like gold. There's lots of companies. I even make these like bars that are like pure gold flakes that you can use as currency. So it's like $1 worth of gold in like a flake form. Really quite brilliant. But,
Very cool.
Be proactive. Think of things that you're afraid of. How do you handle it yourself? Because nobody's coming to save us.
No.
No country's going to get involved for us.
No.
We were the country who did that. Now we're not.
Yep.
If you have a way to get dual citizenship somewhere, do it.
Well, I wish I did.
My father, the rule in Ireland is that if your grandmother was an immigrant from Ireland, you can most likely pretty much automatically get granted.
My Irish people are just 2 times removed, so I'm like, damn it.
My father, I told my father, you did this, so you're going to help me be safe. And I think he's scared of me a little bit. And so I'm going home specifically to help him become an Irish citizen so that I can become an Irish citizen.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. Like, people just didn't get out and vote.
Godfrey, that's a great idea. And you know what? I know it's scary, but run for office. There were a lot of offices still that went unopposed.
Yeah.
Particularly in rural areas, our offices almost always run unopposed.
And but while I'm saying get ready, I'm not saying be quiet. While we have the freedom of speech, use it. I know it's hard, especially from someone like me. I do not like conflict. As loudmouth and as bombastic as I can be, I hate conflict.
I don't like conflict either, but
it's gloves are off. They're saying awful things.
Yeah.
So you need to not let it go.
No.
And I'm not saying necessarily with strangers, but your family, your friends. You need to be prepared to cut off relationships because these people do not get it. They won't get it until they are friendless, bankrupt, and are on their way to a camp.
Or somebody they love is, and they can't save them.
And, so another thing I wanted to mention, we were talking in Tony's Discord about alternatives to imports. And we were talking about avocado oil as a replacement for olive oil, which is a great idea. But here's the thing with that. When all those migrants in California get deported, who's going to pick the avocados?
Exactly.
So that means drop in supply, increase price because of demand.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we are. Yeah, I'm sure he won't. He'll change his mind when the economy tanks and he needs business. That is so immature. That's where we are. That's what Trump has done. It's us versus them.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people like. I think Cynthia is one of the bravest people I know because she works in such a not necessarily a bread industry, but a lot of autocracy people, and she still sticks to her convictions. And now she's starting to see consequences for that, but she's still here. She's still listening. She's still participating. And I know it's scary, but the 1930s are repeating itself.
Yep. It sure is.
What are you going to do? And I know it's scary, and I know you want to just shrink back and go unnoticed, but you know what? They're going to come for you too. They will. Or somebody you love, or in any way, shape, or form. So I know it's easy to want to slink back and just, hide. But, if you're afraid of losing your job because of your political views, they already know you're political.
Yeah.
They can narrow your location down to within a block. That's how good social media advertising is. So they see that there's a couple of people pinging on an ad for something woke. They'll get you. Even if it's not you. You're just in that zone. So one of you's got to break. There's not going to be any logic to it.
No. They have no idea what they're in for. They don't.
And I also highly encourage you to teach your kids, your friends, especially if you have daughters, teach them things. Anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teaching my daughter about different banned books. I'm making her read. If they don't want you to know about it, it's worth reading. And I want her to know about different things that aren't womanly. That at least she knows about them, like writing a check or how to file a lawsuit, or anything that you think is real world skills. You need to teach your daughters because they're not going to be taught that.
No.
They're going to be taught how to cook, and those are good things to know, obviously. But that's what you can do: get mad, get angry, get vocal, and when you're done grieving, get back in the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're always going to need to lean heavily. We've always needed to, but we're specifically going to need to lean heavily on community organizations and nonprofits that provide services like low-income housing and connection to food and all of those kinds of things. They're going to need funding more than ever because those are the kinds of things that he will cut funding for. We know they'll come after libraries if they do pass obscenity laws. Don't be surprised if we end up with an internet that looks very similar to Russia's or China's at some point, where you need a VPN to access things you used to be able to access. So, and it's never a bad time to learn how to garden or forage.
I think you also need to teach your daughters, have very uncomfortable conversations with them about pregnancy.
Oh yeah,
I've
totally done that. Yeah, you still have a teenager.
She doesn't know. I don't know if she can hear me, but she's in. I call them time for an awkward conversation, Em. And, just like if God forbid something happens to me, she's stuck here. Be very careful when you get married.
Gotta know.
Be very careful.
And it's better for you to explain it to her than their friends.
She's not going to learn about it in school. She hasn't learned anything about sex ed in school. Not about her period. Not I learned about that shit in 4th or 5th grade because
Yeah.
girls start getting their period. My mother didn't teach me anything about my period. Like I learned about it from Miss Arlick in 5th grade.
They're
Yeah,
also talking about going after history too, so we need to be sure to teach our daughters and our sons about what actually happened in history, not
That's a
the
really good
sanitized
point. Yeah.
versions that they want to share.
A really good point.
yeah.
Yep, Fahrenheit 451. You know, it wasn't until like I'm not a big fan of classic literature, particularly like Jane Austen type fiction. So, and I think I read Fahrenheit 451 in high school. I didn't realize that's the temperature needed to burn books. I had no idea that's why it was titled that. So if you, hopefully someone out there doesn't make me feel stupid about that. Maybe some y'all didn't know that either, but I just learned that probably like a year ago. I didn't know that that's why it's titled that. Which makes sense because it's essentially about burning books. But don't laugh at me.
Yeah, oh boy.
So quite by accident, at Halloween, we were working on our costumes, and I decided to be a kitchen witch because why not? And so I started making this little book with like, this is how you find this herb, and this is what it's good for. Now I'm like, oh well, that's handy. Now I know if I can't find aspirin anymore, where I can buy it. Unfortunately, the one that causes spontaneous abortions was used so much historically that it's now extinct.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a lithium or something. I can't remember what it's called. It's
I
referred
know
to all
this
the time
isn't
in
a good
ancient texts.
idea. This is a terrible idea, but it's an option if you're really desperate. Women used to take tiny bits of arsenic to enough to make the baby go, but not enough to kill them. Made them very sick, killed a lot of women, but that's what they used to use.
I mean, arsenic was in their makeup and stuff, so.
I mean, there's a little bit of arsenic in everything, because I think it's a natural I don't really know what it is, chemical, I guess. So it's in things. It's in apple seeds, I think, or cherry pits. One of them.
That's cyanide.
Oh, that's right. But anyway, and you know, there's going to be no FDA. There's going to be no CDC. There's going to be no. Well, there is, but I mean, there might as well not be because Mr. Brainworms is going to be running it.
Yeah.
Oh, I found a whole list of herbs that are still in existence that were historically used to cause an abortion. Wormwood, rue, salvia, licorice root, mint, pennyroyal, which I think Amy mentioned, and calendula. But there's another one that was
Be
used
careful with
historically
salvia.
that's gone now.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with some of those herbs, man.
Because I was told it was like natural, like an alternative to weed, and it's not. No way! That was awful. No, I thought I was gonna die, and it's especially bad for if you're on an SSI.
Yeah, you have to be careful. Yeah.
So it damn near caused me serotonin overload. I forgot what that's called, but it was like, and I thought after it finally started dying down and going away, I thought hours had passed. 15 minutes. It was 15 minutes later.
Oh God. I wish I had some of that right now that will last for 4 years and then automatically it just wears off and Trump's not president anymore. I just want to go into hibernation,
And I'm first. I am first to be the one who used to say be positive, but if someone was MAGA and they voted for Trump, I have no sympathy. I will laugh in their face. I will delight in their suffering. It was the most delicious I told you so in existence. And
I mean, I'm mad at kind of a bunch of people right now that let this happen anyway. people didn't do
I'm
their
concerned that
jobs.
he kept saying that if they vote right this time, they'll never have to vote again. So
Mhm.
that's kind of a terrifying thought.
I mean, he's sitting there telling you what he's going to do, y'all. I feel like a lot of these people are like, when they say shit to me, he never said that. I'm like, well, apparently you're not listening to everything he's saying. You're just getting shit off of TV and not even listening to his work, listening to him talk. Because if you were listening to that man, you would have known, because he said it all out loud.
And then, like, you know what's the most insulting? I don't know if insulting is the right word, but what's his name? Matt Walsh and some other right-wing douchebag, I can't remember who it was, are all of a sudden now, yeah, I can say it now. Project 2025 was the agenda the whole time. And I was just like,
I shouldn't have an echo because I have earphones in.
it might be me.
No, Godfrey's saying we've got an echo. I've got an echo.
It might be me off of your computer. Hold on, let me go get my corded earphones. I'll BRB.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, heaven forbid we have an echo. Jesus.
No, I've been really, really down. I know Derek said he talked to you, Dee, and you were as well. I just feel kind of hopeless. I'm taking a couple of days just to breathe and
So when I get loud, like I'm just talking normal.
It might also be
know.
me echoing through
No,
these
I
speakers.
mean, I don't know, because I mean,
It's not. It's probably not. It's most likely me. It'll get better.
they say it's me when I get loud or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my headphones in, so I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
It's probably me.
And y'all keep bitching about sound, then volunteer to come do the sound for us then. Or get the hell out of here, because I don't want to hear that shit. I'm tired of it. Your mic's on. There's background noise. You're going to have to fucking deal with it.
You tell him, D.
Well, I'm tired of that shit. Too fucking bad.
Not Jack.
It's not like we're goddamn fucking professionals of that shit.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you're not used to our unprofessionalism,
Take
like,
that bitch and shit
there's a
somewhere
tech
else.
issue every day. I don't think it's an episode without. If there is an episode without a tech issue, consider it us under duress. Yeah, no, it's fine now because you're not hearing her voice over my speakers because I didn't have earbuds in. So, what was I just saw something really funny. Oh well, what were we talking about? Before
I got mad.
Or do you got? It's okay, Dee. I'm mad too. I am on a
I'm like,
very short fuse.
yeah, I'm like, no, not today.
I mean,
We're not
I was
doing
really
no
mean
bitching
to
about
my
the sound
dad.
today.
I was really mean to him, and part of me doesn't give a fuck. Like, how do you support Trump with 2
No, you're
daughters?
good, Alto. Godfrey's always doing that damn shit. Always.
My dad's a good man. Deep down, he's a good man. He really is. But he's a Trump supporter that is, my daddy was Republican. my daddy's daddy was a Republican, so I'm gonna be a Republican. Like, it's that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
He also has lost his critical thinking skills and puts his head in this. I get my codependency from him because he will put his head in the sand to ignore what's going on around him. So, like, I'm not making excuses for him, but that's just the way he thinks. He's 70 something now, and that's just the way it is. But at the same time, you have daughters, one who was sexually assaulted, a granddaughter who was assaulted by a biological parental figure. You can guess who that is, because it wasn't me, obviously. And then how do you vote for someone? How do you justify that?
For the life of me, I'm just like, do they have that hard of time for voting for women? Because I'm sorry, you need to quit telling your daughters they can do anything a man can do if we can't fucking be president.
That's another thing.
I'm tired of that fucking shit. If you don't fucking mean it, then quit fucking telling us that we can do whatever we want. Because guess what? We can't.
My
And
parents,
it's about to get a whole hell of a lot worse for us.
We've been doing a lot of free emotional labor for men for years, so maybe we don't do that emotional labor for them anymore. Oh, I'm not good enough to be president, then I'm not good enough to be your servant either. Fuck off. Do stuff.
Kiss my ass.
My parents bought a house that they could barely afford in the school district, in a specific school district, because it was, even now, it's still one of the best school districts in the country. And looking back on it, I understand why now. But so you put me in this progressive school system. You tell me I can do anything I want. You tell me I must go to college. I must do these things.
Oh, yeah.
Because education's important. And then you vote for Trump. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you tell me to go to college to get a degree that I can't afford the payments on, that you get mad when Trump cancels, or Trump is going to cancel Biden's executive order. So he's going to tell everybody, you know what? All that debt cancellation, back on you.
Yep.
How many of you assholes voted for Trump and got your student loans canceled?
And I'm concerned because mine is supposed to happen in the next 3 years, and there's no way that program's ever going to continue long enough.
Yeah, we're really going to have to figure amongst us ladies. We're going to have to have we will have to have some kind of a support group for real. And of course, this too is a space for us to chit chat. But I also want to open it up to other ladies who, if anybody else wants to come on and talk about things, because trust me, we want that. I would be grateful for people, and if you don't want to show your face, you don't have to turn the camera on. You can just talk audio if you feel better that way. But I want people to have a voice too, just like the rest of us, and we all have different experiences, and I think this is a great platform for all of us to
share information
and it's nice to get other people's opinion from other places and other demographics and backgrounds and all that stuff,
Also, I saw some really helpful information in the chat about, different herbs, what they can do for people. What's a good book, that we can
yeah, we need to find a book that's just not about, it's totally doesn't have anything
color
to do with
pictures,
has nothing to do with politics. It's just something that we can do just to kind of chill and do something fun or read something fun or whatever. Even if we have to do movie nights or something.
Oh,
it won't focus.
Yeah, I don't know why it won't focus. That's weird.
Amy, I hate hearing my own voice too.
I sound like a prepubescent boy. Okay,
I know I hate it. I can't listen to myself back. I cringe, but I'm like, okay, it's fine.
Amy, does he really? I did. Ben Frank.
Oh yeah, Ben Franklin had potions.
I had no idea. And like, I know a lot of information. I know where to find information, but like some of you already like have it at your fingertips, and like I know where to look for it. But you have so much to share. So if you just want to like share the information, I can make a video out of it. I can narrate the video.
It's Cynthia. There's not an herb that makes bros care about women, but I heard someone say that all the men who voted red can have blue balls for the rest of their lives now.
Yep. Yeah. I think it contains lead. That's fantastic. Yeah. That's cool, Amy. You have a book. Amy, you should come on and tell us things about.
Yeah.
I'm really getting into, and one of my friends, we're both getting into the more, not the witchy stuff, but like some of the light.
My younger brother does witchy stuff.
Yeah,
he's into that.
Yeah, I'm very interested in the stuff that feels comforting. I'm not looking to voodoo doll. I'm not looking to put a spell on somebody.
No.
Right, I'm just looking for the things that
I should have my younger brother come on sometime and talk about it. And its crystals and stuff. Why not? Shit.
Yeah, Wiccan. Amy, I'm very interested in Wiccan and or paganism in general, and just the more natural stuff and the connecting to nature and myself. I think we also have to build these little places like this that are communities for us to feel safe and to talk and to share resources. And we have talked before, but it's going to be more important than ever to talk about mental health, because that's going to be a huge factor.
Yeah, these next 4 years, because I didn't do well when Trump was the first time. So I'm like, there's no way, because I'm like, oh, that's going to kill me. I'm going to stroke out. So I'm just going to have to.
Yep. But
I feel like if we have a support group, I think it's kind of better to have some kind of a network there for us to.
Yeah. In the next, like, if y'all have ideas, like if
Absolutely. We have do we have a place in Discord that can they put ideas there?
Yeah.
Or
yes and no.
Or even in the comments, I guess, too. Here in the comments.
But Alto, we'll talk later. Are you on Tony's server? Or at Library of Democracy at Gmail. We'll talk if you're not on Tony's Discord.
Mm-hmm.
But what was I gonna? I don't know how private you want it. I can make it in Tony's Discord that only females see it. I can, if you want a completely different server for just, if you feel comfortable, we can do something like that too. But we'll figure it out and
organize locally. And there's a couple of online groups if you're interested in the political aspect. There's the Suburban Women Sweep group, and there's a bunch of local Democrat groups probably in your area. There's probably some female positive groups as well. It's just a matter of finding those people who are also looking for support. I know in our rural areas, there's a lot of us who thought we were the only ones until we stumbled across each other accidentally with another project. And we're like, I thought I was the only one around here that felt that way.
Yeah. It's important to, like, they want us to be silenced. They want us to be afraid. And hey, I'm scared. I am.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when you think you're the only one, you're not. And sometimes it takes one person to say, hey, I know a lot about Wiccan stuff, and like it sparks something. And it's scary to be that person. I don't like being that person, but you know, I know that like some people are even more scared than I am. So my mother, she's batshit crazy. But like the one thing she always used to yell at me, when I was a kid, because I was so meek and mild as a child, in a lot of ways. But when it came to my family or sticking up for my beliefs, I was always a loudmouth. My mother used to yell at me, like, you got this mouth on you. Why don't you use it for something useful? So
there you are.
As you command.
Your wish is my, yeah, we made it come true.
You know, because I would always fight her or fight my grandfather, except he liked debating me in politics. God rest his soul. I'm so glad he didn't live to see this.
Yeah,
Like,
my grandpa, it would have killed him. It would have
break
freaking
his
killed him.
Yeah.
So
No, but my mother's batshit crazy. Like she needs to be on medication batshit. Like not the good kind of batshit.
we all know about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and being in the resistance is scary. You have to take risks. But if you don't take the risks, it's just going to get worse. And you're not safe. No matter what you do, when Trump takes the oath, which I don't know why he's even bothering. It's not like he's going to follow it.
Yeah.
When he takes that oath, like, that's it. So you have a choice to either lie down with it, and that's, you know, hey, I'm the first one to say do what you got to do. Everyone's circumstance is different, but at the same time, really think about your choices, because it's not going to get any better for you. Life will not get better for you.
Mm-mm.
Life didn't get better for Germans and Nazis, maybe for a few, but it wasn't really better. They just felt better because they had somebody to blame for their problems.
Yep. Yeah.
And if Jewish people, like, I grew up in a huge Jewish community, so I know a lot about the Holocaust, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that if they voted for Trump and think that they're going to be safe, you got a new
It's
thing.
weird, yeah.
Because his supporters are anti-Semitic. So you may not be first on Trump's list. You're on the list. You're on the goddamn list. I promise you.
And the people that would have defended you will be the ones that go first, and that you won't defend.
Right?
So when it's time to defend you, there's nobody left.
Yep. You'll be all shocked. This can't. But I supported Trump. You know, Hitler killed his best friend.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the first people Hitler killed after he assumed power. The brown shirts were the first to go.
Yep.
Night of the Long Knives.
And one of his top dudes that he liked was a gay person, and he had him.
Yeah, that was his best friend, his most loyal person. His last words were "Hail Hitler."
Yep.
Like, really? That'll be some fucking assholes in MAGA. And if you think Trump wouldn't do that to you, Goebbels and I see his face. Goebbels and that one guy. Anyway, his inner circle at the time. Hitler didn't even want to have him executed, but his inner circle was like, he must be executed. And so they nagged him and finally Hitler gave in.
Yeah.
And had him executed, along with his the people under him, because they thought he was going to be too powerful. Because his brown shirts were so effective. We're so loyal to...
welcome, Virgil Kane from Manchester, England. Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, Virgil. It must be early there. Or late. I don't know how
it's got to be late, yeah.
It's got to be like, what, 3 a.m-ish?
Possibly.
I think there's 6. We fell back, so
like,
I think there's 6 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours ahead. Ish.
5 plus 5.
Oh yeah, it's
for me. It's probably for 6.
So it's like 2 a.m. or going to be
The
2
East
a.m.
Coast, yeah, 6 hours for me because I'm Central. So
Oh yeah, I'm on the East Coast too.
yeah.
Yep. They were there was talk about an underground railroad for the LGBTQ community. To help them get places. I didn't really
And
look too
BF
much into
says,
it.
"Don't fret, my friends. There is a silent resistance."
So I guess, like, as we're coming close to the top of the hour, my words of wisdom are grieve, feel your feelings.
Yeah.
Take time.
I am.
The world is like not, you're not going to do anything to change things in a day, 2, or even a week.
Mm-mm.
Take the time, regroup your emotions, turn off all the junk, and then come back to us
Yeah.
and let's get back to work.
Because I was kind of
And
thinking
reach
the
out to
same
your
thing.
friends.
Sorry.
What was that?
Reach out to your friends that you know are scared by this too. They need the support.
Yeah, I have a good friend. They're a lesbian couple, and when I got the Snapchat that morning, they were bawling. They were freaking out, and and of course my younger brother's gay, but yeah, everybody's worried. People are fucking worried, like legit worried, because they know what's coming down the pike, and that hurts my heart because I feel like there's nothing I can do to.
Land
Well,
of the
you can bet
free.
to high hell that I will be at every single Pride from now on wearing a, free mom hug shirt,
Oh
the
yeah,
whole bit.
most definitely.
Arrest me, please.
I'm I'll help anybody I can. And that's the thing was, I'm kind of going to go away. I'm probably just going to chill, get Dorian married, then maybe come back, kind of towards the end of the year, first of the year when things are going to start ramping up and he's going to become, president again. And maybe I'll be fresh enough and I can focus on that kind of stuff. Because right now it's kind of hard. I'm like, I got to get.
Yeah. You do what you can where you
I got to get her married. Get this over with.
Get her married. Come see us on the podcast.
Oh yeah, I mean, and if I'm available, I'll probably do it. But it's just that it just kind of depends, kind of what's up.
Well, the holidays are coming up, so
yeah.
We'll all have shit to do, but
and that's why I hope that maybe that some of the ladies would be interested if they want to come in and be on the podcast. Like we welcome that. Like please.
And I'll also set up in Tony's Discord. If there's a need for it, I can set up a separate one. If some women, if you have a circumstance where you don't want to talk,
welcome, Jack. I'm glad
Jack.
Tony, the link got you here. And thank you for being an ally.
Thank you. And we just have to keep in mind, like, it's going to get scary and you're going to want to back down. You're going to want to slink into a shadow to be nameless and faceless, but we can't do that. We just can't. Otherwise, we'll never come back from this. And,
but you know what? We can do this. We're strong.
We got to get brave.
We got to be brave, and we can do this. We can, because you know what? The women before us that had to do this, they did it. We can too. We're just gonna
think about go back to women's suffrage, and especially in the 1840s at the Seneca Falls Convention. Mm-hmm. Those were some brave ass women. Really brave women. We can do this.
Yeah. And we're not going to back down. And we need to show them that we aren't going to back down because they think that we will, and we're not. Sorry, we're not. Not happening.
We'll go down fighting at the very least.
Oh yeah, you have to kill me on my dead body. So
yeah, you try to take me out, I'm taking a couple people with me.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, a lot of women have fingernails. I don't, but a lot of women do. Maybe I'll grow mine out.
And women,
On
as of
binder
right
weight.
now, women can buy firearms and open carry isn't just for men,
Nope.
guys. So come at me, bro. Come the fuck at me. Let's go.
That's right. Watch out.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to really be looking out for other women with the way the chuds and incels are making these horrible, gross statements.
That's
and
awful.
so, like in public, when you see something, speak up. You know, if you can, approach and provide some safety and all of those kinds of things.
Yes, please don't just stand by and watch it happen. Like,
and there are flyers you can put up, like in restrooms and stuff, that have little tear tags about how to get help for domestic violence or other resources that they may need.
Oh,
if you don't see them, you may want.
And the bar usually has a code word too.
So
they know.
This is really important, ladies. If your state gets rid of no fault divorce, that means you likely still can get a divorce, but you have to have a reason for it. Now, when our grandmothers and great grandmothers were in this position, it's really hard to prove. Now we have these, and you have cell phones with cameras, really good cameras that record shit. You document, you figure it out. We have to just figure it the fuck out. How to get out of these things, how to tell your friends, your loved ones, if they're in an abusive relationship and you can't leave. And you know what I have to say to that? Fuck that. Go to Canada, claim asylum. Go down. You got to keep yourself and your kids safe. So you do what you have to do. And you record it. You document everything. Store your documentation with a trusted friend or bury it in the backyard. I don't know what you have to do, but you make it so that you can leave.
Yep.
Don't take this lying down. Like, you're not property. I'm not going back over my dead body. And over my dead body, is my daughter going to go through some bullshit.
Nope.
Oh my God, when we went to pick up our adopted granddaughter on Tuesday, I hadn't been able to cry yet because, you know, Prozac, you can't cry. The second I saw the kids start to come out of the school, I lost it. And Grandpa's like throwing tissues at me, trying to get me to calm down before she sees me.
That's hard.
I'm like, I just, you know, like I did this for me, and I did this for my sisters, and you know, I went to a women's college and all my friends and all this. But most of all, I did it for her. She's 5 or 6, you know, and to know that, you know, that's when it. That's when it broke. That's when we broke through the fucking Prozac.
It's just like I feel like I've, you know, we've just let down our daughters, and what really pisses me off is it's my generation. It's my generation, for some reason, that are the big demographic that voted for Trump, and I'm like, what the fuck, y'all? Like, I don't understand what's going on with Gen X, because
well, and what was good between 2018 and 2022? What the fuck good happened? He was riding the coattails of Obama's economy. Then we had a global pandemic. There was hate speech on the rise. There were hate crimes on the rise. It was absolutely ridiculous. And by the time he left office, the economy was in the tank.
I really don't understand, and I definitely don't understand all the amount of women that voted for Trump too. Like, I'm
concerned too that the young people that were starting to get motivated, because Kamala did really ignite some of the younger voters for the first time. This just confirms to them that it doesn't matter, because they thought, okay, we're motivated, we're going to try. And that's what I'm hearing from a lot of the 30-year-olds and stuff is, well, the system's rigged and it doesn't matter, so I'm not going to vote anyway. And look what happened.
Yeah, that's why people didn't show up. A bunch of people didn't show up and vote, because they all said the same thing.
But if they had freaking showed up, what difference would it have made? It would have made a huge difference. Or the ones that voted third party or left it blank.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I'm just like,
Little Stein can go play in traffic.
Oh my God. I'm just like, oh.
CB, absolutely. If you identify as a woman, you are a woman and you are loved. Period.
Hell yeah.
I personally will fight anybody who tells you otherwise.
Hell yeah, we're welcoming to trans women and trans men. We love everybody here. Everybody here is welcome.
Oh yeah,
Everybody here is welcome. We love our gay and trans, and we love all of our peoples.
both are bad. No, they're not. Do both parties have their problems? Absolutely.
Yeah, they do.
Are the Democrats
I'm mad at the Democratic Party for what the fucking shit they pulled. I'm like, what the fuck?
This is, we can blame whoever, whatever, but like,
I thought she ran an incredible campaign.
I did too.
It was energized. It was positive. She did the negative partisanship and the compare and contrast and the positivity and the hope. And I guess she was supposed to just go pure fear because people vote on fear instead of hope, I guess.
Maybe that's part of it, but I think what really screwed with people is if you honestly, anytime there's party strife within the incumbent party, the other side wins. Happened for the last 100 years, and it happened this year. And Kamala ran a
all that
campaign.
Shit they pulled with wanting him to drop out and shit, that did not look good.
And you know what though? Biden shouldn't have run for re-election. He should have said he should have. I don't know who let him do that, but if you didn't want him to run, well, it was too fucking late in July. That was too fucking late. You pulled that bullshit. Like,
yeah,
you should have said that to him before he announced. They should have, and we had a regular primary, and that probably would have fixed things. But statistically, if there's internal strife within the incumbent party, the other side loses. And I think, there's that Alan Lichtman who has his 13 keys, which have never been wrong until now. That's what I think went wrong. He doesn't account for in his keys. That internal party strife, regardless, it looked like Kamala ran a great campaign, but with some people, it left a bad taste in their mouths, picking Biden out and putting Kamala in. That's not her fault, and it's not fair on her. That's not her fault at all. But what did I say from the beginning? I even have a video of Democrats you chose him through the primaries, you gotta stick with him. Because internal party strife, I mean, why is that MAGA can get behind a rapist, a sex offender, someone who commits fraud and indecency and gross awfulness? They can but we can't get behind an old man. Like, come the fuck on.
And they act like Trump ain't old and doesn't have a brain. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that was a bad.
And the number of Republicans who came out in support of her, like that alone, should have been huge. And I don't understand
a coalition from Dick Cheney.
Yeah,
no, I saw a pig fly that day. Dick Cheney to AOC. I mean, that both parties are bad? No. Mm-mm. No, because you would still have your rights with the Democrats.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. I have another go fuck yourself for that. Like, no patience. And neither should you guys. You gotta call it out. You gotta shame these people. And I know you don't want to, because I don't want to either. I hate conflict. But you got it. You have to speak up. Otherwise, just it's not going to work.
Nope.
We'll be lucky to have another election that's free and fair. I honestly don't think. The midterms are going to happen the way they usually do, and I certainly don't think 2028 is going to be a legit election. Congratulations, MAGA.
Yeah.
You have Russia.
We're going to be rebuilding for a long time, and hopefully we can get anywhere near back to where we were.
And honestly, I'd be surprised if we didn't. We're really just one bad situation from a civil war. Incomplete,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm not
One big
fear
natural
mongering.
disaster, another pandemic,
One
one more police shooting.
I highly suggest, and I will stream this in Tony's Discord. I have a legit copy of it now. But Civil War, it came out last year. It's starring Kirsten Dunst and got the other big name in it, but I think that is the most accurate portrayal of what a civil war in the United States looks like. It's not too long. It's not like the first one where you have two lines of people just shooting muskets at each other.
This is a whole different level.
So maybe not this weekend, because I'm sure people just need to like not see shit. But maybe a couple weeks I'll stream Civil War for everybody to see.
Yeah, I think everybody's just kind of need a little bit of a breather to.
Sometime soon, because I think you also have to. And I wasn't going to say this now, but I also think that you have to have that in the back of your head. That shit could get violent.
Oh yeah, anything's possible at this point. So. But anyway.
We can't give up. We live here. This is our country too. No matter how much they want to say it's not.
Yep, it's our country too.
That said, if you live in a blue state and you want to adopt a aging librarian and a man with no legs, we're up for adoption.
I'm up for adoption too. I'm handy.
I can cook and he's cute.
My husband would probably like to sell me. He's like, here, have her. He might even give it free. Here, take her.
No, I want to move to a blue state. I don't want to move to Texas. Are you out of your mind?
I know. But my husband's like, take her. No. But anyway.
Yeah, Tony, if we gotta run, like we might be coming. You might hear a knock on your door.
Yeah. Can we stay?
Hey, you ladies are both on the way. We'll start a caravan here in Pennsylvania, and we'll just dip down into Georgia, across Texas, and then Tony will come calling you by the time we hit Arizona and be like, "Get ready, buddy.
Get
ready, buddy. The train is coming."
I swear to God, we need to have a commune.
Like Lilith Fair.
Right? I garden and cook. I will hold my own at a commune, I swear. I suck at cleaning, but I can totally garden and cook.
I'm good at cleaning. I'm a good cook. I'm a great baker. I'm a quick learner.
Oh, I don't bake, see? Okay, Derek, we found our third. I told him he could only add someone to the relationship if they bake and clean, preferably clean above all else.
Oh, I'm a cleaner. I mean, if you saw why I have a background in my office area, you'd be horrified. My daughter cleaned out her room like a year ago. Let's keep it real. It was like a year ago, okay? And I just haven't gone through it and to sort it, to donate, to sell it, to put it, Goodwill, all that stuff. Life gets busy, so it's just like a tornado has blown through the office for like the last year.
And, oh well, that's where everybody stores everything.
We just throw it in here, and so now that like I have to really start finding other alternatives for income, because I'm sure my job isn't as secure as it once was, and I prepare for the future, so I needed a space. I need a space where I can do this kind of stuff. I can have a quiet place to work, to get shit, administrative stuff, like house, So, and it's just time. It's time I fucking did something about this.
There's a lot of things I need to do. I'm like, oh God, I'm such a procrastinator. I'm terrible.
I got overwhelmed during COVID because we disbanded my office for the library system, and so it's now all in our spare room. And then his mom died, and so we have all of her stuff. And then we have I don't know what it is about these apartments, but they're the dustiest freaking apartments on the planet. Like, it's terrible. And no offense to his wheels, he can't help it. But he drags in everything on his wheels. I drag in everything on my feet. I shed, the grandbaby shreds. It's just impossible. And at some point during COVID, I just said, we're just going to have to die in this. I don't care. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I'm not that nasty, I swear.
No, but I mean, you're just like, yeah.
But there are things that need to be done.
Yep. Well, I know I've got to get off here, but I'm glad we got together, even though,
Yeah, it was good. And I think people needed a little bit of laugh, a little bit of, we got you got this.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. We're all, we're all in this together, and
they haven't taken away our free speech yet. So, let's do what we can, where we can, with the resources we got, while we can.
We can do this.
And, hopefully we can beat this back.
Girl power.
Hey man, if not, my plan is to go down fighting so that they have to put me in solitary confinement, because I could really go down for some solitary confinement right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not one for election conspiracy theories, but the numbers just don't sound
It's weird.
right.
I'm still having.
I need somebody to explain to me, and I heard Mark Elias said that something's going on with Pennsylvania in the Senate race, so I didn't really look into it.
They just called it for McCormick, so PA doesn't let you count mail-in ballots until the day of, so they're always behind. And some counties, like ours, are non-curing counties, so people voted, but if they made any mistake on their envelope, tossed. No chance to fix it. Yay!
I'll bite them in the ass one day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's my goal, is to get somebody to run against these people, because we have all of these politicians that have been in office for literal decades. Everybody complains about them, but they always run unopposed. I'm like, how do you think you make that change, huh?
Crazy. And I can tell I've already been clenching when Joel goes again. I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna be one big ball of stress again. Yay! Can't wait for that. I'm like, ow.
That is the one good thing about living in BFE, is we have a lot of game lands, and you can go out there and yell your head off, and the coyotes just join you.
We see on the news, lady yells with coyotes.
Yeah, I mean, I need that, because the neighbors are probably going, that lady is loud and crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Swifties. I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah, you're probably right, Greta. It's probably a 30-year war on the middle class. And I don't know what happened. I'm sure we will figure it out. And well,
all right. I love you ladies lots, but I'm going back to my stupid audiobook, because it keeps me from
really quick.
I'm
like, how I decompress is I'm into, please don't haze me. I'm really into vampire fan fiction.
It's okay. I know a lot of people that read vampire stuff. I like historical romances and shit.
So I got a good one going.
You know the rules. If you're reading or listening, it counts.
Yeah.
I don't care what it.
You're learning something.
Yep. I don't care if you're just reading the back of the cereal box. It counts. It's more than these fuckers are doing.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, thanks for coming. Like and share this. Subscribe. I lost a lot of subscribers. So I guess they were the MAGA implants, or people don't want to be associated with this liberal bullshit. But make sure you subscribe, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, thank you. Y'all have a good weekend.
And thank you to all our dudes who always have our back.
Thanks, dudes.
Thanks, dudes.